you. Eugene Scalia joins us right now, the former Labor Secretary in the Trump administration. Secretary, good to have you back with us. It is interesting, right? I mean, our debt has gotten a whole lot worse, but our markets through various administrations has done a whole lot better. And I'm wondering, is it the market's way of ignoring this, or are they on a very, very short leash doing that?
Well, we, in a lot of respects, Neil, have enjoyed a strong economy, even through COVID. Obviously, COVID initially had just a terrible impact on job markets, but they began coming back quickly in May of 2020. And there's been a lot of very vibrant signs throughout the economy. I do think that there are likely headwinds ahead, not just because of the dispute over the debt, but also the changed regulatory policies, the changed tax policies that this president says he wants to pursue compared to what the last president did. I think that will have impacts on our economy and on our market, assuming those plans go forward.
You know, we had a disappointing news on the jobs front. Only 194,000 were added to the economy last month, Secretary, and yet I keep reading about these 11 million jobs that are available. So why, with 11 million jobs available, would only 194,000 Americans take employers up on it?
Yeah, it's a weird job market right now, Neil. There are a couple things going on. You're right. The September jobs report was disappointing. So was August. We fell about 700,000 jobs short over those 2 months. We know the Delta variant was a significant factor over those 2 months. It was peaking, but that was baked into the estimates. So there are clearly other things going on. Something, Neil, you and I have talked about before is this varies a lot state by state. Two of our largest, our most regulatory, our highest tax states, California and New York, they are struggling putting people back to work. So I think that's affecting the national picture. And I also do believe that earlier this year, President Biden put in place sort of recessionary programs to address an economy that was booming. So those increased unemployment benefits, other generous benefits were made available. That did keep some people on the sidelines. Those programs, at least the unemployment one, expired early in September. So I think we'll see more people come back. But as I say, it's a weird job market. There are other things going on. We do need more people participating in the workforce.
You know, the president, the former president, your former boss, is going to be in Iowa today. He's all but campaigning, it would seem, for president in 2024 and keeping others at bay in the party. What do you think of that?
We're obviously years away from that election, Neil. He'll give thought to the appropriate next step. There are others in the Republican field who are considering it, and we'll see where we go. It's as I say, a long way off. Certainly, his right to run again. I think he won't be broadcasting his decision for some time.
The environment, though, does make a run or a Republican run, and on the part of any prominent Republican, enticing because this president's poll numbers look so bad, 38% approval rating. That's for the time being. And, of course, as you've often reminded the Secretary, those numbers can and often do change. Ronald Reagan didn't look reelectable 2 years into his presidency. I get that. But part of this is built on the belief that, we've got inflation, we've got a slowdown, maybe a bumpy one happening on the jobs front. Some are saying stagflation. Do you fear that?
I do worry about inflation. I think that the policies that have kept more workers on the sidelines have forced companies to push wages up. Now, we want higher wages. We want wage growth, but not if they're resulting from competition with government largesse. So I think that's a problem. And Neil, the larger problem, it's been remarked on a lot. It's a plain one, which is simply that President Biden ran as a moderating influence. He scarcely has control of the Senate, very close in the House, but he's trying to govern as a far more progressive person than he ran. And again, high taxes, high regulation. And I think that's disappointed a lot of Americans. And I think that's part of what's affecting the numbers as well.
All right, we shall see. Secretary, always a pleasure. Thank you very much. Have a safe weekend. Eugene Scalia, the former Labor Secretary of the United States.